Today on Hook the Future, I'm fishing with my buddies Justin and Denver, doing a little moonlight drumming out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Stay with us, guys.
This is my best day ever.
Hook the Future is presented by Carolina Skiff and Sea Chaser. Family, fishing, and fun. Departing out of Fernandina Beach on the Florida-Georgia line, passing the historic Fort Clinch, the Isle of 8 Flags, earning that name from being under 8 different countries' rule in the past. From rich history when the Americas were colonized to the deep history of catching monster black drum, Fernandina Beach is the place. The crew we have today know all about that. Capt. Hendrix from Heavy Hitter Fishing has been catching them all his life here. So have our anglers Justin and Denver. I think these guys spend more time on the water than on land. It's the full moon in April, the drum are here, and the tide's about to change. So let's get some baits in the water and see what we can find. So Denver, you get out here a lot?
Yes, sir.
What's your
Much as
favorite
I
kind
can.
of fishing?
King fishing.
Kingfish. That's right. See you guys in the King Buster.
Yes, sir. We'll be out there again this year. So when I got the call that I was going to be featured on Hook the Future, I was like really excited because it's my first TV show, and I just thought it'd be fun, and so far it's been really fun.
Yeah, that's not a drum going that fast,
Yeah,
huh?
it's coming up too.
Yeah. Bonnet heads are fun though, man. We catch a lot of these out here when we're bottom fishing with crabs, and catch them during redfish season, drum season out here a lot. They're fun to catch. Actually,
Yes,
some of the bigger ones are caught in this area. Back up just a little bit.
I like fishing because it's always like something new. You never know what you're going to catch. It's always exciting. It takes patience, but there's always something on the end of the line.
Their bonnet heads are really cool.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, they have that curved nose instead of a flat nose. And check out their eyes. And touch their eyes how they are. See how the membrane comes over there to protect their eyes?
Yes, sir.
When they're feeding. So when they go in there slashing after their bait and tearing it, that comes up and keeps their eyes protected. The other thing that's cool about sharks is their skin. Like if you rub them from the tail to the nose, feel how rough it is, and then you rub it the other way, how smooth it is.
It's like sandpaper.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So we're out here at the end of the rocks, and you can see the tide line right here. Tide's fixing to change, the tide just slacked, boat's fixing to spin around. This is what we've been waiting for. The incoming tide's fixing to happen, so the drum are gonna start biting, keep the faith. As soon as this tide comes back in, you can see it where the river water is meeting the ocean and pushing it back in.
When I found out I was gonna be on Hook the Future, I was like excited, but I didn't like know what to think about being on camera.
You got him?
When I saw the Spanish, I was like, we're not catching a lot of drum right now, so we might as well throw spoons at the Spanish, and we caught a lot of Spanish.
There we go. There's one, man. Swing back this way. There you go. Whoop. You got him? Catching some Spanish while we're out here waiting for the drum. That one's a little small. Let's get another one. Nice job, man. Slimy fly.
Spanish are fun to catch because you can just throw it out there and a bunch of them will bite it, and they like jump a bunch, and they're really fast.
I like fishing with my brother because it's always fun because we know the same things and we grew up doing the same thing together.
And he's got a whiting this time. Does he have a whiting or a little dark? Nice, that's what you want. When you get settled, turn around and show the camera.
Nice whiting. When you're black drum fishing, you might want to have a whiting rod out because while only they're eating crabs, a lot of times they eat shrimp, and that's what whiting eat. And a lot of times on the whiting rod, and the black drum will hit that, and on the lighter rod, and it's real fun to catch them on that.
One thing that's fun when you're out here drum fishing is you're usually fishing at the inlet, so you can let the kids throw some lures, you catch some Spanish. We call it Spanish, whiting, a lot of bycatches to fill the dinner table while you're out here drum fishing.
It's time for Denver to boat a big black drum when Hook the Future returns. Hook the Future is brought to you by Eagle Claw, where great fishing begins. By Suzuki, the ultimate outboard motor. By Salt Life Sport Optics, the finest performance lenses in the world. By Calcutta, hard-working fishing and coastal gear. And by Carolina Skiff, anything is possible.
What you got there, that ain't Spanish. Swing them up this way. Here, man, come back here with me.
I like to go fishing with my brothers, my mom, my dad, and my Uncle Benny.
Let's get them on the Fish Bite Fight Club shrimp right there. You're catching Spanish and now bluefish and whiting. You've been busting them back here while we're waiting on the drum, huh? Just trying to keep my fish bites there. I know, we got to get that back. Hey, he don't want to let go of the fish bites. You got to.
I like fishing because it's fun and fish pull really hard.
Man, he ain't wanting to let go of it. There we go. Nice job. Bluefish on the Fish Bites Fight Club, right? Show him the bait. Good job. Good slimy pie. Nicely done. Let's let this guy go catch some drum. Woo. Guys, I want to show you the rig we're using to catch these monster black drum today. We start off with Andy Monster Yellow mainline. I've got 30-pound test here. I love the Monster Yellow by Andy because it's not only is it abrasive resistant, but it's also high vis, so I can see the lines behind my boat and helps me work the rigs behind the boat when I've got a lot of lines set out at dusk. I've got that tied to a small barrel swivel by Eagle Claw, made with Andy fluorocarbon 60-pound test and an Eagle Claw circle hook. This is the 8/0 ELF 2004. And if you're going to do catch and release fishing, you'll see how these drum are going to get caught in the corner of the mouth almost every time. And for bait, I'm either using a half of a blue crab or fish bites, crab chunks. Both of them work great. Fish bites is about the only artificials that I would use for these black drum, but they both work great. These drum come and feed on the bottom, and anything that eats cut bait on the bottom is going to eat fish bites, and you can't beat a blue crab for black drum. So that's what we're going to try, and that's the rig that we got today.
I grew up here on Amelia Island, fishing with my dad pretty much every day after school. Started fishing at a very young age, probably 2 or 3 years old, and I still remember the first kingfish I caught. It was only about 6 pounds, but I just thought it was the funnest thing I ever did, and that got me hooked into doing it. And now I just try to pass on what I enjoyed as a kid with my father to other kids. I love seeing them catch their first fish, whether it's a whiting or a 100-pound tarpon. And I love to watch them grow up and then also pass it along to their kids. I've seen that here in my time of fishing here on Amelia Island.
The drummer's a shark going out. Hard to tell.
Yeah, when I first saw the rod get hit, I knew it was a drum because the way it bit, it was like a thump thump. And then that's when the fish have the crab in their crunchers in the back of their throat. So then the fish swam back at me and I set the hook and it was on from there. It's not acting erratic like a
Doing the right stuff, man?
Yes, sir.
We have paid the price, huh?
Yes, sir.
What'd you say the key to fishing was? Patience?
Patient.
You got that, man.
I knew it was a drum because it was going straight up and down and head shakes, and a shark would go more out and it's more erratic, but a drum just sits there and just pulls straight hard up and down.
That's what we want right here. Something about, when it gets dusk and right before dark, man, these drum like the low light.
A black drum fights kind of like it digs down and just wants to go to the bottom, almost like a grouper. And then when you tire them out, they'll just kind of float up to the top, and that's how you land them.
Let's see how big he is. I'll lean him over to the side, or we might have to get him on the other side over here. So these drum are coming through like herds down the beach. So we're hoping we threw out past him, maybe we get a double hook up while we're playing with this one. Talk to me, man.
I'm just trying to get him in.
You okay? You need a belt or anything?
No, I'm good. I'm just playing him. Let him tire himself out
So you live on the river. You do this as much as you can, right?
as much as I can. Try to do it every weekend after school.
Nice.
Feels like a pretty good one.
Yeah, he does. They always go to the opposite side. They never go where you want them to, do they?
Nah.
No, I'd say that he's gonna come all the way across. Oh. Can you get the other one? Come on, Justin, get back here and help me out. Just get that pole and go over the top. Over the top, there you go. And we've been out here all afternoon catching Spanish, catching whiting, catching bonnet heads, waiting for the drum bite. And right before dark, they're turning over. I see a couple boats hooked up with around here now. Finally gonna get them. Just take your time, take your time. That's all right, come on back over here. We can get him back wherever he wants to go. Is he turning? That's all right. We'll just keep playing the game. You know, when you're fighting these drums, it's like a marathon, not a sprint. You got to take your time. You know, a lot of people try to rush and just really get on them. And man, they take a while. What's the biggest mistake you think people make when they're drum fishing?
Switching spots too much.
Switching spots too much, yeah.
Fish have tails, they swim.
Yeah, you got to sit there and wait them out, right?
Sir. That's a drum. When he made it to the surface, it just is like kind of relief because we've been fishing the whole day and we've been trying to get in these drums, so it kind of just made the day better.
That's what we want right there. Let me see if I can get him. Whoa, that's what we want right there. Man, big old black drum. That's what we were after. Look how their mouth is. It's like a vacuum cleaner on the bottom. Eagle claw circle hook right there in the corner. Let's get a measurement on him. It is legal to keep these. We're gonna put a tag in him. I'm so proud of this guy right here, man. He has put in his time. Talk about a fisherman. This guy can fish, his brother too. Sure. What a nice fish. Let's get that eagle claw circle hook right there in the corner. What a nice fish. What a beautiful black drum. That's what we were after right there. There he goes. Nicely done, man. Slimy 5.
Watch me catch a big black drum bigger than my brother's when Hook the Future returns.
Hook the Future is brought to you by Andy, the Line of Champions, by Salt Life, live life unanchored, by Fishing Nasara, the best sport fishing in Costa Rica, by Float On Boat Trailers, there's only one real float on, and by Sea Chaser, family, fishing, and fun.
You gotta have eagle claw circle hooks. We're using the 2004 ELF 8/0s today. Man, they're getting the job done. You've heard me say it a million times. If you're gonna do catch and release type fishing or any type of fishing, I love this eagle claw circle hook. 2004 ELF, you gotta have them. It's a tight drag. Remember now, if you fall in with my rod, hang on to the rod and I'll come get you. That was funny.
First hook that black drum, no one was paying attention because they were looking at the other fish that he caught, and I hooked him, and then everyone came to my fish, and he pulled really hard.
We're gonna bring him into the side door here. When he does decide to come up. Woo, that's what I'm talking about, man. You gotta pay your dues. Sit out here and wait for the drum to come to you, don't you?
Yes, sir. Black drum pull really hard because the big tail is like a big fan in the water, and they just keep going down.
Another really nice drum. Man, these two guys, not only they can fish, they got some character too. They can fish my boat anytime. They paid their dues, not complaining, out here working hard on the boat. They just love fishing. You're like, get out of my way, Cap. Don't try to catch this fish.
I like catching black drum because they're big and they're fun to catch because they pull really hard.
He just don't want to go that way, does he?
Yes, sir.
He's going back and forth, back and forth. He's like, go ahead, cut me off on those engines, Justin. Keep coming. Whoa, keep him coming. Get a crank on. There you go. There you go. Get a crank on. There you go. Good job, man.
The drum kept wanting to go to the other side because the motors are right there and he's trying to cut us off. And we need to go to that side because of the tuna door. We need to bring in the tuna door.
Oh, man. Getting out of those engines, buddy. You're doing great. You're doing great. There you go. Good job. Turn that rod this way. Ooh, not want it. There you go. Good come. Good come. Good come real. Good crank. Go up another step. Got it. You got him, man. Game drum? Game drumming?
Yes, sir.
Listen to him. Man, got to use the dive door on that one, Justin. Check him out. Woo!
The first time I got to see my fish, it was really big and it was really ugly.
Let's put a tag in this one, too. This one's a little bit bigger. He is 40 inches. 40 inches to the tail. Let's get that tag stick.
It's pretty cool that we can tag the fish and find out where the fish goes and migrates and if they come back here next year or not.
Again, we're gonna tag him right here. Gray's Fish Tag Research. What you gonna name this guy?
Drummy.
Drummy? Drummer boy?
Yes, sir.
There he is right there. Look for that tag and see where this guy swims. That's the way to do it right there. Nice job. Yeah, come on, big guy. Come on. There he goes. Woo! Didn't take him long. Where you at, Justin?
Right here.
Man, this guy can catch big fish right here. Give me a slimy 5. So I'm here with Capt. Benny Hendrix from Heavy Hitter Charters putting us on these fish today. Benny, tell me a little bit about these big black drum. There's a lot of people that can catch puppy drum and all that, but how big do these drum get up here?
These big black drum, they get up to 85 pounds this time of year. They're coming in from offshore and kind of coming in on the beach here, you know, just out on the sand feeding on blue crabs and shrimp and stuff like that. And then they eventually make their ways up into the river and spawn. And it only lasts about 6 weeks to catch them.
So what is the prime time to come up here to catch them?
The prime time would be from around second week of March until the 3rd week of April, right in there.
And I noticed that we're fishing the beach today, and there's quite a few other boats out here spread out, so it's not kind of a pinpoint location out here, is it?
Not necessarily. They kind of come in big herds and go down to the bottom like street sweepers, just trying to pick up any kind of shellfish that they could get in their crushers right before they spawn.
So now I know of your dad and your dad's friends, and you were born and raised up here, and when people say black drum, your name pops up. But you fish for a lot more than just black drum up here, right? You guys have an awesome fishery.
Yes, sir. Big bull redfish, king mackerel on the beach in the summertime, tarpon, jack crevalle, and to the fall of the year, speckled trout, flounder.
And I gotta say, man, if you've never been to Fernandina or Amelia Island, it's a great place to come take a step back with your family, walk through the small town, enjoy kind of a different atmosphere that not really many other places in Florida have. I can't think of any place quite like Fernandina. And you gotta come fish with Benny, man. What's your number?
904-753-0757, or look me up on Facebook at Heavy Hitter Fishing Charters.
You have a trip with Benny, I guarantee you and your family are going to have a great day on the water. Can't recommend him enough. Did you guys have fun today?
Yes, sir.
Take a kid fishing. Do your part to hook the future. Bring him down here to Fernandina and fish with Benny Hendrix. Catch some of these monster black drum. What a great day, guys. Awesome, awesome. Slimy fives to Justin and Denver. First of all, I can't say enough about their character. Just great people. And talk about two fishy guys. Man, these guys can fish. And not just crank the reel, they tied the rigs, they cut the crabs, baited the hooks, set the lines. They did it all. It was a pleasure to watch them work the deck today. It's good to know that the tradition of Northeast Florida drumming is in good hands with anglers like these two. Big thanks to Captain Benny Hendrix. He worked so hard behind the scenes to make sure our drum adventure was successful. Fishing is in his blood. It's what he does, and he's good at it. Come take a trip with him and find out for yourself. Look him up on Facebook at Heavy Hitter Fishing and Sightseeing Charters, or give him a call today at 904-753-0757. To find out how you and your family can take the same trip as you've seen on today's show and what's going on behind the scenes, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. If you want us to share your fishing photos, use the hashtag Slimy5.